So, whether you're new to plein air painting or just haven't gotten into the habit of doing it lately, I'm going to give you 3 tips that are really helpful for plein air painting and things that should really change the way that you paint. And all the while, I'm going to take you guys through this painting and show you how that all came together. The first tip is to limit what you bring out painting. Now, this isn't one that I particularly struggled with because I already like to keep things pretty light, but I know that some people like to bring anything that'll fit into their painting bag. The more I got out and painted, the more I realized that most of my paintings could be done with just 1 or 2 brushes, 4 or 5 different paint colors, and a cup of water. Of course, there's things that I bring out like a tripod or a rag or my phone, but I think it's especially important when you're thinking about colors. You could bring out 10 different colors, but I noticed that the more colors I bring out, the muddier my paintings were, the less cohesive they were, and it just made the choice of what to use more complicated. The second tip, because we're painting outside or in plein air, if you're French, things change and they change very quickly. So the car that's been parked like hours before you started painting magically moves. The scene that was so bright and vibrant just a second ago is now dull and cloudy and gray. So things aren't stationary, and even 20 minutes can mean the difference between complete sunlight or total shade. So taking a photo of what initially attracted you to the scene is super helpful. Whether you go back and paint later or even if it's just during the session, having that photo there is super helpful and very crucial in having a nice painting, I think. The third tip is something called the 90-degree method. So essentially, this trick is to find a comfortable spot first. So find somewhere to sit, somewhere in shade, somewhere that's comfortable for you to sit, and then look out. Just look out straight. If what you see isn't something you like or something that you feel comfortable painting, turn 90 degrees. And then you have a totally different looking scene. And if that's not something you like or something you feel comfortable painting, turn 90 degrees again. So essentially, in any one spot that you stand or sit or set up your palette, there are up to 4 completely different scenes that you paint. So if you compare this tip with being not too picky, and I know that's really difficult, even for myself, if you compare this with not being too picky, you'll almost never run out of things to paint, even in locations that you go all the time. I have a park that I go to very consistently, and I always find something to paint there. Now, I know I said 3 tips, but I'll give you a bonus. Be sure to wear painting clothes. So I try to keep a minimal wardrobe, and I also like paint at a moment's notice. So for me, all of my clothes are kind of painting clothes. But if you care at all about your appearance and the way you look, be sure to wear clothes you don't mind getting messy. I'm sure you guys have seen in past videos where I'll have paint all over my shirt, all over my pants. My hands will be purple and my legs will be green. Like, bring painting clothes. You will thank me later. Now, this painting was actually really fun to paint, and I kind of thought it was a failure at first because everything was so like confusing. But as I reeled it in, it ended up looking very nice, and it was nice to be back in my hometown again to paint. And before I go, I just wanted to say that like the best way to support me is on my Ko-fi. I have my book on there. I have some like a mini course I put on there. I have free reference photos. So if you want to support me, my Ko-fi is the best way to go. I'll also try to get some originals up, so keep an eye out for that. But as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later.